Back in we go. We've already seen this cutscene. We don't need to see it again. We begin our ascent. Ah, controller! That's it. I'm buying a new controller. Dear God. I wonder how high I can get on that pad. Because it seems to go infinitely high. Obviously, if he lobs it, it's going to go over top of you, and if he throws it straight at you, it's coming at your face. Honestly, I find it easier just to tank the whole thing if you can. Ow. Damn, that fire melts your fucking flesh off. Appropriate, I guess. It's fire, after all. Give me an uplift. See that? I don't get what your deal is, because I couldn't do this without my psychic powers. This is, Alright, wait till we time up. Oh, that was bullshit! I should be back, yeah. See, this is what I mean by, really good checkpointing in this last bit. Yeah, that's before you started throwing giant spike balls of fire. Tank it. I don't know where that goes. I know where this ladder goes. Some crazy direction. MC Escher. Climb faster, Raz! Faster! Also, how are those rings on fire underwater? I think the water stopped. Judging by where it is on the rib cage, it looks like it stopped.
Dad, I made it!
You cheated!
No! I used the acrobatics you taught me.
Don't lie to me, cheater. You crystal ball readers always cheat. You're no son of mine.
Back into the vortex.
Oli, are you okay? Where's your dad?
He's over there, talking to your dad.
He did what?
Uh-oh.
Somebody's going to get grounded.
Make that ground.
Anyway, now our boss fight is on fire. And levitation. Obviously. Wait, that's not right. I need this to be there. Okay, I was right. I have to throw the spike balls at his face. Actually, I think it's at his feet, maybe. No, it's his knees. I had to shoot him in the kneecaps. And then smack him in the face, and wow, that was over fast. I think I made up for my first fight with that.
Rasputin, I see your skull is as hard to penetrate as ever.
Dad!
What is your brain doing out here in this tank with this other brain? And who are all these unconscious people? What have you gotten yourself involved with? Psychics? He's been cavorting with filthy, cheating psychics. Is that really how I look in your mind? Man, do I hate psychics. But seeing my son happy, I don't hate psychics. I used my psychic connection with you to find you and to project myself into your mind.
But how can you hate me for being psychic if you're psychic too?
Son, I could never hate you. I only wanted you to be happy, Rasputin. And safe. Our family has many enemies. I have a lot more hair than that. Now, son, we have to carefully unweave your psyche from that other brain. We don't want anything bad to happen while your mind is in this tangled state. The damage could be permanent. Unweave? Detangle? Never. I like it this way. I mean, look at how huge I am. And I think I can juggle now. This is your mind, so you are the strong one here. But I'm about to give you my son. You must take care of it, because it's everything I've got.
Now we've got a weird boss fight. So yeah, basically we just have to beat the shit out of him when we're giant and dodge when we're not. There's a little icon in the upper right corner that's going to charge up and give us superpowers. But only once it's fully charged. Like it is right now. Alright, get some distance. Full power! Ah, damn it. Whatever. hate that they start you out in this form because it burns your time. By the way, to activate your giant form, I just used the right trigger. I don't think you could just turtle the entire time, which is why I typically try and dodge. Let's find out. No, nowhere even close, but apparently he's decided to dance on my head. Maximum power! Alright, that was... The other part of this fight is it's a little bit glitchy. Just a bit, as you can see there. Now, luckily, it drops a good amount of stuff for you. Unfortunately, getting it to it is the problem. Now, luckily, I have 10 lives, so we can pretty much keep this up all day. Okay, well, that was horrible. But yeah, each attack does like a quarter of your health at max. And by the way, the health pickups still restore like a quarter of a pip every hit. So yeah, scaling. It's important. Borderlands taught us that scaling is important. Too bad you were around way before then. Give me my full power, damn it. It's maxed.
Let's see if you remember your train.
Run away! Okay, it auto-activates. That's interesting. I thought it might. Thank you!
Bunnies! No! No meat!
No more. No more meat. Look.
There you go. Good little bunny. Hey, thanks for helping me save the bunnies. And for talking to my dad.
No problem, little Oli.
Bye-bye. Wave goodbye, Mr. Bun.
Where's he going?
We're separating the brains now, Rasputin. He'll be fine. Let's go inside.
Man, I can't wait to tell you about all the messed up stuff that happened.
Oh, I know a lot of it. While you were out, I poked around a bit. Tell me about this Lily person.
Hey!
And so, that brings us to the end, where, as you can clearly see, the personal demons causing my negative behavior have all been eradicated, leaving me sane once again. This is also corroborated in CAT scan number 3 on page 59 of your handouts. On a personal note, I would just like to reiterate how extremely, extremely sorry I am for stealing all of your brains and trying to take over the world. Mistakes have been made. But this camp is all about education. And I know I, for one, learned plenty. Thanks to that guy right there. Come on up here, Raz.
We endeavor to build strong minds here, with the power to lift things, to see things, to burn things. But it's a special quality of your heart, not your mind, that truly makes a great psychonaut. This young man has it. We did not give it to him. He got it from someone else, long before he came here. But we can give him this, to honor his mind, his courage, and his heart. Son, we do not normally ask this of someone so young, but it is obvious to us all that you are not average. Will you join us, Rasputin? Will you be a psychonaut?
Okay, let's be perfectly clear about this. That was the best summer of my whole entire life.
Hey, the summer's not over yet. We can hang out for a couple of weeks still.
My family's out on the East Coast. Where's yours?
They move around a lot.
Well, you'd better go. Your dad's waiting for you.
Well...
Bye.
Children, it's an emergency. There's been another kidnapping.
I was here the whole time. You saw me.
No, this time we know who it is, and that's what scares us.
Who was kidnapped?
Truman Zanotto, the grand head of the Psychonauts.
Dad!
Sir, can you teleport this many of us back to headquarters?
Huh? What? Hey, what are you people doing in my kitchen? Now get!
Guess we're taking the jet.
Don't worry about your dad, darling. We'll get him back.
Yes, after all, we'll have Rasputin helping us.
I'm going?
Now, how could we do this without our anti-kidnapping specialist?
I've taught you everything I can, son. Now, you go show them. Show them all.
Let's go.
And that is it for Psychonauts. I'm not sure if I love this game or if I just really, really like it. Because, it is a good game. Do not get me wrong at all. This game is extremely good. It's not as good as a lot of people make it out to be. A lot of people make it out to be, like, the best thing ever, but it's not quite there, obviously enough. You know, I'd say no game is perfect, and this game definitely has some flaws with it. The difficulty curve, although I've downplayed it, is a little bit steep at the end. And just overall, you can see a bunch of changes in development here. The biggest one being that the final level was originally supposed to be Lily's brain, not Oleander's, and yours combined. However, I honestly like what they came up with a whole lot more, because it fits the new story that they're trying to tell instead of this horror thing. And it, you know, puts to rest a whole bunch of stuff. And it works really well, and I think it's a really well-told story. Obviously, I'm not completely done with this game yet. I still have to go back and do some things if I ever choose to do that, which I may or I may not, I don't know. It's up in the air right now. I got shit to do. And I got at least a few more things in me. Overall, this took way too long to do. Honestly, this took me an entire quarter to do, and that was just uncalled for. Or it took me more than an entire quarter, probably. But the point remains the same, that this was just ridiculous. I should not have taken this long, and half and half it had to do with just, you know, the very slow and, you know, constant realization that this entire thing I'm doing with Let's Plays has a life cycle. And it's nearing the end, honestly. I'm not entirely certain how or when or if I'm ever going to end this, but I know I'm definitely going to have to slow down after this because I'm running out of stuff that I know. And this game kind of was the kick in the ass to prove that. I can't do LPs like I've done them before. I can't just churn them out. And I'm okay with that, honestly. I'm okay with it. So long as I put one thing to rest first. I've got one last job to finish. And it's a job that, despite what I've said in the past, I really want to do. Now that being said, it's not going to be easy, but I'll do it. Because, technical limitations are not fun. I do definitely have a couple more games that I have under my belt, at the very least off the top of my head, but they're all just games that, you know, I can kind of take my time with. But I've got one more game that it's, a little bit more pressing that I get done. I don't like leaving things half done, and I think we all know what's coming next. But aside from all that, back on Psychonauts, I really like it's hard for me to find a 3D platformer that I like, and I like this game. So, at the end of the day, I think that speaks volumes for it. That it's an actual 3D platformer that I can enjoy. I just had to look outside because apparently we're supposed to get snow today, but it ain't snowed. It is like overcast out there, but there's nothing out there. But yeah, it's hard for me to find a 3D platformer that I really really unanimously like, and this is definitely one that I do. I think it does enough things different to make itself stand out. And that's why, even to this day, that there are people asking for, you know, a sequel of some kind, because as you saw at the end there's definitely room for a sequel. And Tim Schafer has stated that he would be interested in making one if he could find, I think if he could find, like, a team or something. He's looking there, or investors or something. There's something missing that is, like, if he gets enough support, that he can do it. The problem, I guess the thing is, I honestly think that he might have been a little burned out after Brutal Legend, and it's taken him a little bit to get back into the swing of things. Because trust me, Brutal Legend is a game you could easily burn yourself out on in terms of making it. Aside from that, I'm not entirely sure what Double Fine's been doing lately. I think Tim Schafer's been kind of busy porting over a lot of his old adventure games. I think I've heard that's been a whole lot of works lately. So that's, I guess that's what he's up to now. But I don't know what Double Fine as a company's been doing lately, which is kind of weird because, you know, they're kind of the crazy guys that you know what the fuck they're doing because they're making a scene out of it. But yeah, Double Fine is the last thing I remember them doing, or not Double Fine. Brutal Legend is the last thing I really remember them doing. But something tells me they've done something since then. I can't remember what it is though, for the life of me. But yeah, would I like to see a Psychonauts 2? Yeah, sure. And that's really weird for me to say, because I'm the kind of guy who's like, you don't need to make a sequel to a game. You don't need to force a sequel out of something. But in all honesty, this is a game that's primed for a sequel. You're not going to force it out of it. Which, ironically enough, the next game, the last game that I have business with, is a sequel that got forced, in my opinion. Or at the very least didn't get handled correctly. The Volunteer Testing Army. I shall sign up for a Volunteer Testing Army if You know, if I can. I will be glad to test. But yeah, just this game is not one that seems like, you know, it would be forced to make a sequel. It would just, you know, kind of continue on from where we were. So yeah, would I like to see a sequel to Psychonauts? Hell yeah. Make it happen. It's not always a good idea, but I think in this case it'll work. Anyway, that's about it. We got one last ride to do before this train slows down a little bit. And what's that ride? Well, if I haven't made it obvious by now, we're going back, ladies and gentlemen, to a series that has a lot of love for. And I don't know about the next iteration of it. Point remains the same. Ladies and gentlemen, we are heading to Dark Dawn. See you guys then.